There's little doubt that Google's newest Pixel 9 series phones pack some delightful hardware and software upgrades, such as more premium designs, brighter displays, and improved cameras. It's also important to note, however, that they are a bit more expensive this time around, which might be an issue for some buyers out there. You see, one of the biggest highlights of older Pixel smartphones is that they were more affordable alternatives to other premium brands such as Samsung and Apple, and they often launched with reasonable prices for the most part. This has pretty much changed with the Pixel 9 series phones, with even the base model Pixel 9 coming in at $800. Now, if you're looking to get a new Pixel phone, then you might be considering if the new ones are worth it, or you might want to save a bit of cash, in which case we do have the Pixel A series. Google's mid-range smartphones have evolved with features usually found on its more expensive flagships. For example, the Pixel 8a, which was launched this year, does come with many of the same specs as the more expensive Pixel 8 from 2023. It's also cheaper than the Pixel 9, with a retail price that's $300 less than the 2024 flagship. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Team VRY, and today we're going to take a look at the Pixel 9 versus the Google Pixel 8a. Let's get started. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at some of the highlights on the more affordable Pixel 8a. With its usual price of around $500 or even lower, the Pixel 8a is obviously the more affordable choice between the two devices, and you can even find it cheaper with trade-in deals and promos from your carrier. That being said, the Pixel 8a's lower price doesn't really mean that you get a terrible phone, which sometimes is the case with devices in this price bracket. Now, the Pixel 8a comes with features that outshine previous A-series Pixel phones, like a brighter display at 2000 nits peak brightness, with a 120Hz refresh rate, a fairly large battery at 4492 mAh, a high-resolution 64-megapixel main camera, a better face unlock system, as well as newer Pixel software features like Best Take, Magic Editor, and Circle to Search. Of course, Google's amazing computational photography is present as well, which gives it an advantage over similarly priced smartphones out there. It's not perfect though. As a mid-range phone, it does lack the more premium glass build on other devices, and it only comes with Gorilla Glass 3 on the front, for example. You also get pretty thick bezels around the display, which does remind you that this is first and foremost a budget device. Again though, this will matter very little to people who just want a good Pixel phone at an affordable price. Now, moving over to the Pixel 9, we can see that Google has equipped its newest flagship with a lot of considerable upgrades. The display is brighter now at 2700 nits of peak brightness. There's a much faster and more accurate ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, 12 gigs of RAM, a larger battery at 4700 mAh, and while the 48 megapixel camera is a lower resolution versus the 64 megapixel shooter, it is a physically larger sensor, which does give it an edge when it comes to low light situations. And the ultra-wide camera at 50 megapixels easily outsizes the lower resolution ultra-wide sensor on the Pixel 8a. The selfie camera on the Pixel 9 also features autofocus capabilities, which again is a big improvement over the Pixel 8a's front camera. There's also the Google Tensor G4 chip, and while it's not a massive performance upgrade over the Tensor G3 from last year, it is a bit more efficient this time around, and I've gotten better battery life and less overheating with the Pixel 9 compared to the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8a in general. Now, in terms of design, you're also getting a better looking device with slimmer bezels, as well as Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on both the front and rear panels of the phone. It's probably the most refined looking Pixel so far, although you can say that it looks a lot like a number of iPhone models out there, or even the Samsung Galaxy S24 series. So yeah. Now, while both phones come with Google's new AI features, not all of them are on the Pixel 8a. In addition to some of the features already on the cheaper device, there are a few more features that are found on the Pixel 9 which aren't available on the 8a. This includes stuff like cinematic blur on the camera, the new satellite SOS connectivity service, and some improvements to the Magic Editor software, which at this point is still not available for the Pixel 8a. Sure, you'll be spending a bit more, but you're getting a device without any of the limitations found on the Pixel 8a. Overall though, as with a lot of other phone comparisons, the results will ultimately be subjective, depending of course on your personal needs. With that said, not everyone will need all the high-end features on the Pixel 9, and there's been some discussion regarding the actual practicality of AI for day-to-day use, especially for folks who aren't too intertwined with consumer technology and are just after a decent daily smartphone in which case the Pixel 8a is the more practical choice. On the other hand though, if budget isn't really an issue for you, the Pixel 9 is objectively the better device in terms of hardware and offers a more complete Pixel user experience. You just have to keep in mind the financial considerations to make when going with Google's latest flagship phone. Alright guys, so that's all the time that we have for this quick comparison. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these two devices. Don't forget to check out our other videos here on Team VRY. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.